from the heart, the Artistry of Living. I'm Suzy Vance, and I'm here with Miranda Szemes.
Hello.
Miranda is what we call an emerging artist. She has magic in her fingers, and it all relates to needles. Miranda,
Suzy.
how did you get into this?
It is something that it's a hobby that I picked up with my Nana when I was a little kid, and she would do cross stitching and stuff, and I would do it along with her because I was a curious little kid.
And you just kept going.
Kind of. I don't particularly try and put myself into one box in terms of art. Like I do.
I've noticed.
Yeah, I do art with, fabric.
What do you do?
A little bit of everything, whatever I can. I mostly paint and draw. That's my avenue that I've done for the majority of my life. In terms of fabric and stuff, it's more like fabric painting, where it's, or thread painting, where it's painting with thread versus paint. You can kind of make pictures out of thread. I don't have to worry about mixing colors. I can just mix thread. So
That's right. And some people call that embroidery or stuff like that.
Yeah, I heard the term thread painting. So
That's good. I like that. It's like fiber painting.
Kind
for
of,
me.
yeah, exactly. But I just roll with that one. I'm not gonna try and name an art.
That's good.
Yeah.
And one of the things that you've done recently is some pretty spectacular pieces of the houses that were floated over across Lake Michigan from Chicago to Beverly Shores.
Yeah. It was one piece that I did. It was of the Florida Tropical House. And I think it was on a 6-inch embroidery hoop, 5 or 6 inch embroidery hoop. And it was very interesting to do. It took 4 months to complete. And yeah, it was very interesting because I usually work in black and white, and working with a full spectrum of color was kind of out of my wheelhouse. So
That's good. We like to take you out of your wheelhouse because then we can see what she's made of.
Oh yeah, true. That's the only way that any good creativity comes out, is getting in there.
So you're going to participate with us in the fiber show.
I am, yes.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea of things you might be submitting?
I have one piece that I did bring today for a little sneak preview.
You did?
I did, yes. And then I do have a couple other ideas. I say this sounds a lot harsher than I mean it, but I'm not a good artist in terms of keeping my pieces together. Wherever they land. I don't have storage for them.
And I know that Florida house piece we're never going to see again because it landed in your grandmother's lap when she was buried.
Yes. She passed away last summer, and it was like 4 months of work, and I had on a shelf in my room just collecting dust for over a year. And I think it was the night before her funeral. I was like, I'm not gonna sell this. I don't want anyone else to have it. It's gonna go with my Nana. So it is up in heaven with her now, and hopefully she has been able to brag to everyone that I made it, and everyone likes it. So that's
That's great.
Yeah.
That's fabulous. Well, we can hardly wait to see these new pieces.
Yeah, there are going to be a couple, and honestly, knowing me, there will probably be some that just pop up out of nowhere that I just will get inspiration, and I'm like, all right, let's get this onto some needle and thread.
I love your impromptu-ness, your spontaneousness.
The spontaneity, yes.
And you don't say no to it, which is really exciting.
Yeah, I feel wrong saying no to art.
Did you ever read Elizabeth Gilbert's book, Magic? It's Magic something. But I want you to know, in there's a story, because she had a whole book that she had outlined and she was ready to write. And her husband was not a native of this country.
Okay.
And he was deported. And so her choice was to stay and write the book, or to go with him to solve his problem so he could get back in the country, which he eventually did. But by the time she got back to this country, somebody else had written the same book.
Yeah.
And she said, when she spoke here in Michigan City, that, the universe taps you on the shoulder. And you can say yes or no. Or you can say, oh, I'm too busy, I can't do that right now, I'll do it later. And then it might, if you're lucky, come back and tap you again. But after that, it's moving on.
Yeah.
To somebody who listens, which somebody did. And she actually became best friends with that author.
That's great. Yeah,
So you listen.
I do listen, and I am a strong believer in, like, the universe will yell and scream at you over and over and over again until you hear it. And I eventually got to a point where I'm like, all right, I surrender, I hear it, cool, I go with it. But I've kind of taken that approach with a lot of things. I'm like, if there isn't an immediate reason I shouldn't, like, I'm gonna do it. I don't care what anyone says. Like, I don't care if anyone likes it. I don't care if anyone doesn't. I like it, or I want to do it, so that's all that matters to me.
Well, you sound like a true artist. This is fabulous. At least an artist of life.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. That's what I try to be. Everything is art, and, like, art's the only thing that has ever made sense to me. I did art before I could speak, so, like, art is legitimately, like, my first language. Everything else is what it is. It'll make sense at some point. I hope, anyway.
Okay. Well, we hope you come and see Miranda's art and all the other art that's going to be in the Fiber Show, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.